Hey everyone, I'm here to do a review on a 10-hour of owning the Seadoo Fish Pro. This is a 2021. I've had her for about 3 weeks, put 10 hours on her. I've used her in fresh and salt water. And I just want to go over a couple of things that I like, what I don't like, why I waited for the 2021 opposed to the 2019, and then I'll go over some features and some things that I felt as a new jet ski rider. I've never owned a jet ski prior to the Fish Pro. I've always had boats, but let's get into it. So coming in almost 13 feet long, the Seadoo Fish Pro is the biggest production jet ski out there, especially with this extended platform they have here. Now, I wanted to do this review just because I've seen a lot of them online, and I mean, no offense, but everybody that's been doing it has been very fit and in shape. Now, you know, I'm a shape, but I'm not in shape. I'm 5'8" and I'm 265 pounds. So I wanted to give that review for people that are just your normal everyday fishermen that are have a little bit more weight than what you see on other videos. So when I'm on it, it's very stable. I never feel like while I'm riding on it, I never feel like I'm going to tip. I've stood on one side, I stood on the back. Never once did I feel like the jet ski was going to come from under my feet, or if it was going to tip over on me. It's very wide to us as well, so that gives it that nice stability. Another thing to mention is it has a ski ladder too, so you can come up and down. The cooler, I like the cooler. Lots of space inside. I can fit 3 10-pound bags of ice in there. I've also heard that this cooler doesn't work so well. Well, I've had her out a couple of weeks ago when it was about 80 degrees out for about 7 hours with 2 bags of ice. I was going inside and out because I had my live well bucket in there getting bait, and by the time after that 7 hours was done and I was ready to go back to the dock, I still had ice, and I used the ice to pack the fish on. Another great feature I like about the 2021 Fish Pro is they added this trolling mount here. The priors didn't have that before, and you would have to makeshift something that make it go in there. So that way I'm watching as I'm riding if something's taking my bait, instead of consistently looking behind. I do have the audio system, and I can tell you, cruising at about 30 miles per hour and having that up, it's like I'm not even on the water. It feels like I'm just cruising in my car. It comes with a nice big screen chop plotter and sonar. No side scan because the transducer is hull mounted inside. So, you know, it's pretty good, so you don't have to worry about sharing anything off from the back. But you can't have the side view that a lot of people use for structure. So that's a negative. But other than that, you know, if you can read the 2D sonar where you know where hard bottom is and things of that sort, then, you know, that's something that shouldn't bother you. Now, sitting in the cockpit seat, you have everything in front of you. You have a nice dash. You have the chop plotter to your right, the on and off. You have your variable trim system, VTS, which is on top. Mode button you can use for normal, eco, or sport. You have your speed limiter or your speed control, also can be used for trolling mode. And then on the right hand side, you can use this for navigating your on dashboard menu. I would say that this thing has some massive storage. In the front compartment here, you have your waterproof bin. This is sealed off. You can put your phone, wallet, you know, registration, insurance information in there. You have the optional 12-volt charger you can put in as well. I always keep my quick flush in here so I never forget that I have it, and because I don't like getting in the back, because you know you don't know if you do beach, or say if you're not paying attention to the stand bar, you can shear that off and then it's stuck. So I leave it in here so I don't forget. Storage is pretty massive in here. So if I lift this up, I mean, you have it where you have your fire extinguisher, you have your emergency kit, aka med kit. You can put your blowhorn, some water for the day. I put my lid in here because while you're transporting, if you're going down the road, that will fly off. So whenever I'm transporting and I don't have the cover on, I take it off and put it in here. I have my giant tackle backpack in here that fits just fine in there, and I can fit some other things in there too as well. And the inside storage can hold 30 pounds. So, and I never notice anything's in there, nothing moves around. I've hit big waves and nothing has happened where water has intruded in. It's pretty watertight. You have your gas cap here, and you know, always be careful. I've had it where no matter how careful I am, I get a splash of water. Let's Dawn dish soap, put that in there so there's no vapors. You don't want to start this thing with vapors. Moving to the inside compartment, you know, 10 hours I've had this out on salt and fresh water. It's dry as a bone. I do recommend that after 30 days you get some of the salt away that you can put on electrical components and spray it on there and give it a light rinse. Low pressure rinse, no high pressure. It's okay, you can take it. Just make sure your drain plugs on the back are undone so it can drain out, and it'll be fine. Your battery is right here. So if you're holding it for extended time, you can put it up to a trickle charger. Me, I use this thing almost every weekend, so I'm addicted to it. So it's pretty nice in there, very dry, and like I said, I've taken waves over the top. With the trim tabs that you have on either side, you can adjust those, and I've been in waters that were 3-4 feet. Not very smart, but I wanted to get her out, and you know, because you get that, I had this new toy, I need to get it out, I want to test it out. I had it out when it was 3-4 feet, adjusted trim tabs. I didn't have any water going over the top of the bow and getting me wet. The wells are very deep. When I was out there, when it was pretty rough, windy, and 3-4 feet of waves, I always sat there, and not once did I have a wave come over the gunnels or the sidewalls. Correct me on what this is called, but I think it's gunnels, gunwells, what have you. But nothing came over the side. Nothing ever came from the back. I've stopped at very high speed. It has brakes, and not once have I ever had a water rush over the back and then go into the gunnels. Now, do you get some of that sometimes? Yes, but nothing less sponge. I use a large sponge to get it out, and it dries it out so you don't get any mold or mildew. Now to go over some things I don't like about the Fish Pro, and one of the things doesn't have anything to do with the Fish Pro at all. It's the trailer that came on it. I got a Magic Chill aluminum trailer, and I dipped it into the water maybe 4 times. I've already had to do a warranty claim on it because the water intruded into both of my tail lights and shortened them out after 4 trips. Now my dealer was great, and you know, I was able to get them repaired, but you know, that's something that's a shame. And if you have these style lights, I would check after every dip to make sure that they're not being water intruded in, because you don't want to short out. Now, one of the things I don't like about the Fish Pro is the chart plotter. Yes, is it nice? And can you load custom waypoints to it? Yes. But here's the thing I don't like. For what you pay for this Fish Pro, is the map is very basic. You know, you have to spend another $200-300 to get a detailed map. I would think that that should be included in. Also, what I don't like is this is the same chart plotter that was on the 2019. So 2 years ago, we're using the same chart plotter. I would have think that we would have got an updated one or something that has a touchscreen on it to make it a little bit easier to use while you're writing. But again, it's not a big con. This is just personal preference. I would just think that they would use updated technology. And just to show the boot on process, comes on just like that. I have it set to where my Garmin turns on when I turn on my ski. That is not a default. You have to go inside the Garmin itself and set it to turn on when the ignition is on. Other than that, then you have to turn on the ski, and then you have to turn on the GPS as well. And then this is your dashboard. This is pretty cool. I like it just because you can do the water temperature, RPM. You can change your settings, which does your, changes from your trip settings to how many hours you have. That's pretty good to know when you're breaking her in, because you don't want to run her hard. And once you get past that 10-hour point, you can, finally unleash her and do what you can. You got your gauge on this side. Now, I will have to say that the fuel mileage, when it is in eco mode, is phenomenal. When I first filled it up to go out on my all-day offshore trip, I went out 25 miles, and then I traveled around all day, went all the way up to 32 miles, and was traveling parallel back and forth from spots. I think I did 65 miles that single day. By the time I got back to the dock, I still had a little over a half a tank, and it still told me I had 69 miles to empty. So if you're going to go offshore, I would say eco mode. Eco mode limits you to like 33 miles an hour. But for what you're doing, that's plenty to get out there. Most boats don't go faster than 30 miles an hour, and some boats barely are able to get to 45, 50. But, I would say if you're out there and bad storms coming, put her in normal mode and then go all the way back, and then you can go that 40 miles an hour. I can comfortably go 30 miles an hour with the trim tabs down, hitting 2-3 foot waves without feeling like I'm losing control. And I'm saying that from a new rider perspective, not somebody that's experienced. I have as much experience with the jet ski as how long I've owned this Fish Pro. Another great feature that the 21s have is the IDF feature. The IDF feature is basically, you always hear about jet skiers running over seaweed, lily pads, and getting things stuck inside of their intake grate, and then they have to jump out and go underneath and grab the things out. This is a mechanism that actually disengages transmission, reverses it, and shoots out whatever is blocking it. You can use it as many times as you want, and so it prevents you from getting into the water. Now, disclaimer, the 2021s, some of them do have a recall where the IDF can disengage while you are riding, and it can cause loss of power. Engine won't crank over. So one of the things I would recommend is, while you're at your dealer, have them call BRP, have them tell them the hull identification number, and see if your 2021 is on that recall list. If it is, have them take care of it before you take delivery. If you already have the 2021, call BRP. You can Google it and call them, and they will tell you if your number is on the recall list. I called, luckily mine is not, so, and I haven't had any problems with it, and I'm just mentioning it because I'm part of a group where it's been mentioned a handful of times, and I thought I should bring that up to let everybody know this. This is one of my questions. I don't know if it's been asked. Do I feel small on this jet ski while I'm going offshore around other boats, or just being offshore in general? I do not feel small at all. I actually don't really notice a difference, and I had a 21-foot bay boat. I don't feel any size difference. I've been under bridges, but this is all on your comfort level. After the first couple of hours of being on this ski and seeing how stable it is, and some of the roughest conditions, because I was stupid and I wanted to go out and the winds were blowing 20 miles an hour gust, and, you know, 3 to 4.5 foot waves back to back. Not smart. I didn't get that far out. I probably went half a mile, like not straight out, but in my travel, half a mile, and then came back in. But she took it. It's not a question if the ski can take it, it's if you can take it. And you always want to plan your trips with the weather in mind. Pick your days, but you don't have to baby this thing. It doesn't need to be completely flat for you to go out on. And that's something that had me wondering if that's something I should do. Is should I wait till it's flat, or no, just go out and test it out. If it's too rough for you, and you feel like you're getting wet, adjust the trim tabs. If it feels like it's too much for you to control, or it's too much, go back in and then mark that day saying, okay, if the conditions are like this is too much for me. So that way you can have more fishing days and without being afraid to go out. Well, if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, subscribe. I'm going to be taking this Fish Pro out on freshwater, offshore, different conditions, just to show how well the Fish Pro handles any situation. And where I am, Florida's bipolar. You'll get calm weather and then you get really bad weather. So that way, if anybody's on the fence on what the Fish Pro can do and how comfortable it is, just know you can do it. I'm not the smallest guy in the world, and I am completely comfortable on this thing. I have no fear standing on one side, casting from one side, being on the back, switching around, being in some current. This thing does it all, and Seadoo does a really good job of what they did. And this is not endorsed by them, because this is like my first YouTube video. But if you like this, subscribe. There's more to come. I'm going offshore this weekend just to see how some of my new spots are, see what we can find out, see how put this thing really to the test, because now I'm past my break-in, so now I can ride it hard to show you. But my first 10 hours have been amazing. You know, no issues. She's dry, you stay dry. It's really fun. It's addicting. So, you know, that's one thing that you have to worry about, is, you know, neglecting the family, because you are always going to want to go fishing, and you can take this thing anywhere. You know, as long as it's more than 3 feet of water, you can go anywhere. Flats, offshore, river fishing, freshwater. But thank you for watching. Cheers.